Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. So today we are rocking a bird's nest, like an actual bird's nest on the top of our head, and we're just gonna go with it. We are just gonna go with it. So friends, today's video is going to be what you need in your school/work emergency kits. And I don't know about you, but when I was in school there were many incidences that happened where I needed something that I didn't have, you know, an emergency where I needed a specific item, a specific thing that I just didn't have on me, and nobody else would ever have this specific thing. Like, you know, if something would happen, I'd ask all the girls, I'd be like, do you have this, they'd be like, no, because no one had a bloody emergency kit. So today we are here to change that and make all of our lives a little bit easier, just a little bit easier. So in my last couple of years in school, I actually created a little bag to put in my school bag, just so I'd have everything in case of emergency, and I actually ended up using this bag like so much more than I ever thought I'd use it. So these are all going to be things that us girls need in case of emergency, and you can also have one too if you're a guy, but obviously this is just directed at girls because I'm a girl, so I know what we need. So you obviously can have a guy emergency kit too, 100%, but I just wouldn't know what to put in a guy emergency kit, so I'm doing a girl emergency kit. So this is what our emergency kit is. So everything I'm going to be showing you guys is in this little bag, so you know, it's super small, super compact, and like your whole life is in here, like literally your whole goddamn life. So in my opinion, the first and most important thing us girls have got to have in our emergency kit, like without a doubt, is a period pad. Am I right, girls, or am I right? I'm actually working with Always today in this video, which is just insane because I've been using their products and buying their sanitary products for the last 7 years of my life, like literally, and they have never ever let me down. Always been like my number one brand to go to because I can always trust them no matter what. They've always got my back. So these are their new Always Platinum pads, which are their most innovative pads yet, as they have a new technology built into them, which is amazing, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But I'm just obsessed with this packaging. Like, look how cute this packaging is. Like, it's so much cuter and prettier than like the other Always packaging. Like, look at the little pads packaging. It's like all pretty flowers over it, and then the little packaging has all like flowers going on and stuff as well, which is adorable. Like, I'm so obsessed with this packaging. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys what the new pads look like, because you know, yeah, I hate that sound. Does that always happen to you in the bathroom? You're trying to like be discreet and it's like no being discreet here, baby girl. So I don't know if you guys can see like the difference in colour on the pad, like the kind of purpley, but they actually feature a new duo layer top sheet as well as an enhanced and highly powerful core. So these are a lot stronger than like any other pads or their other Always pads or anything like that. So there's new technology going on in here, baby girl. Oh yes, there is. So the highly powerful core is to provide you with superior leakage protection, because they actually have leakage barriers on the sides now, which is insane. I don't know about you, but leakage on your period is not a very pretty thing. Not a very pretty thing at all. I really am a huge fan of these new pads because they offer both soft comfort but at the same time strong protection, so you don't gotta compromise on either or. Like, yes, like winning. I've actually got a little fun fact for you guys. So Always carried out some research and this is what they found. So they found that 2/3 of women feel they can be both soft and strong, so you can be both assertive and independent but at the same time still have a caring side. And I myself would 110% agree with that, because me personally, I would say I'm very independent and very assertive, but at the same time oh look, that fatty pat. At the same time, I still have like the biggest Karen side ever. Like, I have such a Karen side. So kind of going back to the pads, it's the same. Like, they're both soft and strong. You know, they've got the Karen side, but they got the protection. Like, baby girl. So the next thing we're going to be including in our emergency kit is something that I don't think any of you guys would ever think to include in an emergency kit. So this is what we're going to be including. So wait a minute. This is not just tissue, okay? So what this is this is tissue with lavender drops on it. This is amazing if you're feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed or anything like that. I always had one of these with me when I was doing my exams or anything, and if I just sniff this for a couple of minutes straight, I instantly feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more calmer, as lavender is great at calming you down and making you less anxious and stuff like that. So this is an amazing thing to have in your emergency kit. Just if you're feeling a little bit anxious or stressed, this will really help calm your nerves a little bit. So yes. So the next thing we are going going to be needing to include in our emergency kits is a little deodorant. Now obviously you can opt for your preference if it's roll-on or spray, but I've actually been loving roll-on deodorants lately, and they're also super small and compact and convenient to stick in a little emergency kit, because I know a lot of the spray deodorants are quite big. Even the small ones can be like a little chunky and stuff. So yes, just a little deodorant, just, you know, to top yourself up if you get a little bit sweaty, a little bit smelly. I don't know about you, but when I was in school and stuff, when I'd get anxious, I'd sweat a lot. Like, I'd just be sweating so much. So having something like deodorant's great for them kind of scenarios, you know what I mean? So the next thing we are going to be including in our emergency kit is something I absolutely swear by, and I literally bring this around with me every single time I leave the house. Like, this is always in my handbag without a doubt. So this is hand sanitizer, so antibacterial hand sanitizer, and this stuff is incredible. So I always just pick these up in either Aldi or Lidl. They're literally only like 70 or 80 cents. They're so cheap. You can also pick them up in like a Tesco or something, but these are amazing, especially when you're out and about, because everything you touch is just riddled with germs. Like, when you think about it, it really is gross. But something that I always use this for is, just say I go to the toilet, and you know when you wash your hands after going to the toilet, and then you obviously have to go and open the door, and as soon as you touch that door handle, like, you're just all dirty and germy again. So the point of you washing your hands, like, there was no point to it. So I always put this on once I come out of the bathroom. So after I've touched all the doors to get out, I will then apply this, and it just makes you feel so fresh and so clean, and like, you really do just feel so antibacterial. So the next thing we are going to be including in our emergency kits is plasters, and this is something a lot of people wouldn't think about. And I know when I was in school, I was always cutting myself. I don't know how, but I always was cutting myself, mainly as well like around my feet. I'd always get like blisters and sores from my shoes, because our school shoes weren't that comfortable. I don't think most school shoes are comfortable unless you're allowed to wear like your own shoes, like runners or whatever. So yeah, I was always getting like blisters and little cuts on my feet and stuff. So these always came in so handy, and especially like if you cut your hand or a nail breaks or anything like that, plasters are just amazing. So yes, and along with these, I would also stick in a wound cleansing wipe. You can pick these up in Boots for super cheap, and this is also just handy to quickly like wipe over a cut or anything before you stick the plaster on. So the next thing we are going to be including is a spare pair of undies. Yes, and not a thong, not your pretty little sexy undies. I'm talking period undies, like, you know, the full on, okay, these aren't a great example, but you know, the full on bum going on, like, I don't really want to show you my period underwear because like that's just gross, but you know. So yeah, so I would say just bring a pair of panties that you can use with a pad or whatever, just in case you do get a leakage or you do get your period and you need to change your pants, because there's nothing worse than having a leakage or something and then like you've got no change of underwear and you're just there like with bloody underwear. So the next two things in our emergency kit are going to be 2 little hair ties and some clips. I don't know about you, but when I was in school, the amount of times I either needed a hair tie or a clip and I didn't have one, and nobody else ever had one either. They only ever had what was in their hair, and it's so frustrating. Like, if you're in PE and you need to tie your hair up, or like you've got a big bump going on in your hair and you need a clip, like, they're just lifesavers to have at the bottom of your bag. So the next thing we are going to be including is some painkillers. So I just have 2 here. When I was in school, I always had painkillers on me. That was one thing I always had on me, because I would always either get a headache. If I was on my period, I'd have bad cramps, or I had a sore stomach, or I had a pain in my leg or somewhere else, I don't know, but painkillers always come in absolutely amazing. And most schools are really strict about giving you painkillers, like they're really awkward about it. I remember a few times I tried to get painkillers in school and they were not having any of it, and I was here like, I'm 16 years of age. Are you joking me? I just need a painkiller. So the next thing we're going to be including is a small little clear nail varnish. And you're probably like, Jessica, like, we're not painting our nails in school. We're not painting our nails in work. I know. But what we're going to be using this for is, I don't know about you, but do you know when you're wearing tights, and do you know when you'd get a rip in your tight, or like, you know, you'd get that big line going up the tight where it's about to rip? If you just paint some clear nail varnish. If you just paint some clear nail varnish over the rip or over the treading or over the hole, that will stop it ripping anymore or treading anymore or like the hole getting bigger. This trick is amazing. I used this so many times in school and it saved me like so many times, because it's so annoying when you get a rip in your tights and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and spreading up your leg and up your leg. So clear nail varnish is going to be your best friend when it comes to them situations. So the next thing we're going to have in our emergency kit is just a pack of tissues, because the amount of times I was in school where I'd either need to blow my nose or I'd go to the bathroom and there'd be no tissue. Just so many incidences where you need tissue and you don't have any, and there's nothing more frustrating when you really need a tissue, or you're in the toilet and there is no tissue and you're like, oh my god, I want to die. So yeah, a pack of tissues is always great to have. So the next thing we're going to have in our emergency kit is just 2 little refreshing cleansing wipes. I actually got these, you know, when you go somewhere to eat, like a takeaway place like KFC or somewhere like that, and they always give you like the little wipes to wipe your hands after you're done eating. That's where they're from, but you can get them on like Amazon or eBay. Like you can get loads of them for really cheap. But having little wipes like these are great to have, because you always never know when you're going to be a bit sticky, or you just need like a quick little freshen up in your hands or something, or you spilled something and need a wipe, I don't know. So these are amazing to have. So the next thing we're going to have in our emergency kit is some lip balm. Lip balm is just amazing to have. Don't need to explain this one. While I'm on the topic of lip balm, actually, I didn't include any makeup in my emergency kit because in my school we weren't allowed to wear makeup. But if you're in work or school and you are allowed to wear makeup, just include like, you know, concealer, a powder, a little brush just to top up your powder or whatever. But yeah, that's optional obviously. So the next 2 things we're going to have in our emergency kit is some Strepsils, so like lozenges or a cough sweet or something like that, and also chewing gum. These are both amazing to have. As you can see, most of these are gone because your girl was sick a couple weeks ago and she was sucking on these like they were goddamn sweets, even though you're only meant to have them every 3 to 4 hours. Never mind. So yeah, these are amazing to have. I remember being in school and working so many occasions where I'd need like a cough sweet or Strepsils, or my throat would just be sore and I just need something to like kind of moisturize it and like, you know, suck on. So these are great to have because you never know when you're gonna need them, you know what I mean? And then chewing gum is obviously great to have for after you eat your lunch or whatever and you just need a quick freshen up, you know what I mean? These are juicy fruits because they're my favourite, like they're so tasty. So the next thing we're going to be putting in our emergency kit is just a little nail file. I remember being in school and work on so many occasions, and do you know when you kind of get like a little rip in the side of your nail, like it kind of like breaks a little bit, like it's like a chip, but then anytime you touch your hair or you touch anything, the nail just keeps getting caught in it. Story of my goddamn life. But a nail file is great for that because it just means you can, you know, file the little corner away so it's not getting caught in your hair and getting caught in every single goddamn thing you touch. So it's amazing to have that. And last but certainly not least, we also have a little compact mirror. These are just amazing, like they come in so handy. I'm gonna blind you. Jessica, I think they know what a mirror looks like. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so mirrors are just always amazing to have. Like, you really never know when you're going to need one, and they take up such little space as well. Even if you do need to top up your makeup or anything, like you can just do it on the go. Like, you got a little mirror, like put on my lippy, put on my lip balm, oh yeah. So you can also include like a little snack if you want a little snack, like a healthy snack or a bit of chocolate if you need a sugar rush, especially around that time of the month or something. You could also include like some coins, like spare money just to have in case of emergency, a little hairbrush if you wanted, you know, you could include a little tweezers or something if you wanted. But they were just like my necessities and what I thought were like most important to have in your emergency kit. So obviously you can, like, you know, change it according to your own needs, but that's just what I think is most appropriate to definitely have anyways. Do let me know if you would like me to do more videos like this in the future, because I've never really done anything like this before, but I'd love to do more if you guys would be interested in watching that or in seeing that. So yeah, definitely let me know down below. So thank you so very much to always for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys so very much for watching. I love you all so very much, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye bye friends.